Today on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live, China and Russia are building a nuclear reactor robot powered moon base. China and Russia have signed an agreement to build a nuclear power plant on the moon. This initiative is part of their joint International Lunar Research Station, ILRS project. The goal is to establish a permanent research base at the moon's south pole by the mid 2030s. HSRL is a production of SAFENEW.MEDIA. Before you keep watching, I want to share with you my why. I started my podcast to cope with imposter syndrome and ended up building a business. Now I help others find their voice and turn it into a creative asset, which inspires me to share with you something new we cooked up. Yeah. It's called the Anti-Impostor Podcast Starter Kit. Everything you need to start your podcast, feel confident, and sound amazing, even if you think you have no idea what you're doing. You can now get your free copy at SAFENEW.MEDIA. That's SAFENEW.MEDIA. Do you know the characteristics of a self-actualizer? You may be one. If you hold efficient perceptions of reality, you are correct and honest in the way you judge situations. You are alerted by the superficial and dishonest. You strive for self-fulfillment. You have unique characteristics. These characteristics give you an accurate perception of reality. You engage in meaningful pursuits outside of yourself. That's who this is for. Self-actualizers, agents of progress. We are making the most of our lives. We don't go to work out of necessity for a paycheck. We have meaning and purpose. HSRL is the only podcast of its kind right now on this subject, going live on X. Therefore, the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject, going live on X. It is not for you, sweetheart, if you take yourself too seriously, if you are a seeker. Let me be your guide to discover accurate truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL, my fellow Americans, China and Russia are building a nuclear power plant on the moon because Earth wasn't dangerous enough. You know, things are going great when these two countries join together. They're both known for glorious transparency and spotless safety records. You know where we need a reactor? The one place where no one can hear it melt down. They say robots will build it. If there's one thing scarier than a Russian nuclear plant, it's a Russian robot-built nuclear plant on the moon. So they're aiming for a permanent base at the moon's south pole by 2036, powered by a Russian nuclear reactor with robots doing the grunt work, which is better than forcing Chinese children to build it. There are no child labor laws on the moon. And Russia's providing the reactor. Russia, the same people who made Chernobyl a household name. Now Russia is taking their talents to the moon. That's not a power plant. That's a cosmic sequel from the creators of Oops in Ukraine. And Who Needs Valves comes Space Chernobyl. Zero gravity, zero accountability. It's called the International Lunar Research Station, ILRS project. Officials from Russia and China signed the Memorandum of Cooperation. It was during a visit to Moscow by Chinese President Xi Jinping. Officials represented the China National Space Administration and the Russian space agency Roscosmos. Now, the ILRS project has attracted interest from at least 13 to 17 countries. This includes Egypt, Pakistan, Venezuela, Thailand, and South Africa. The most surprising part, Venezuela's in. So Russia and China says, let's build a multinational lunar nuclear facility. And their first call is a country that can't keep the lights on in Caracas. That country is so poor, a Venezuelan rainbow appears in black and white. Egypt's involved too. Didn't they build the pyramids? If Russia and China get more countries involved, they could have themselves a pyramid scheme. And don't get me started on the moon's south pole. Why did they choose to go to the bottom of the moon? To make it lonely at the top? Look, I'm just saying, we've reached the point where global superpowers are competing not to fix climate change, but to recreate it 238,000 miles away. All they have to do to fix climate change is raise taxes, right? In conclusion, this collaboration marks a significant step in the ongoing space race. It positions China and Russia as major players in lunar exploration, not to mention long-term habitation efforts. Speaking of long-term habitation efforts, a little goes a long way. Put in a little effort and we can make any place habitable, even Venezuela. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this, retweet on X, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. You're allowed to make fun of me, only if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. Now, you don't have to do this, no pressure, but if you want to, you can visit my X profile to learn more. All right, it's not necessary to follow me on X, but now you can follow SAFENEW.MEDIA. Follow at SAFENEW.MEDIA on X. Whatever you do, team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, and workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. So I do invite you to belong higher, join our self-actualizer community. You can get your copy of the Anti-Impostor podcast starter kit at SAFENEW.MEDIA. That's SAFENEW.MEDIA. What I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment decision.
Before making any investment decision, always do your own research. Seriously, this is not financial advice, nor is it any sort of public solicitation for anything. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. My team and I are looking for capital partners, brokers, and motivated sellers. You can secure your place on our wait list. This is for multifamily real estate. Go to Inveresta.com. When you do, you will receive our investing criteria. This is the data that we use to determine where to invest. So don't lose money investing in the wrong location. What's the most important thing in real estate? Location, location, location. How do you know what location qualifies as an emerging market? Now, most real estate people will tell you to invest in your backyard. But what if your backyard is a terrible location? Avoid losing money in a bad location. Pay attention to the data. There are a ton of data points. You can't go through them all at once, right? You have to separate the signal from the noise. So look at these 5 that matter most, okay? Number 1 is population growth. Number 2, median household income. Number 3, median house or condo value. Number 4, change in crime levels. Number 5, job growth. Great. What do you do with that? You need to know exactly what percentage of population growth over a specific duration of time. You need to know exactly what percentage of median household income over a specific duration of time. You need to know exactly what percentage of median house or condo value to look for over what specific duration of time, right? You need to know what kind of change in crime level to look for. Now, the most important factor is job growth. You need to know exactly what percentage of job growth. Avoid buying property in a location with negative job growth. All right, for starters. Now, we give away the data that we use to find emerging markets for free, so you can secure your place on our waitlist today. Hit me up on our X profile at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there to let me know what kind of investment opportunities you're looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office, go to Inveresta.com. Accredited investors only for right now. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. Last thing is, before I let you go, I want to let you know that you're invited to subscribe to Methods of Prosperity newsletter. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is the newsletter that I send out every week. It's for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues and it's possible to learn from history. Now, Methods of Prosperity newsletter is intended to share ideas and build relationships. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. To this agenda, this newsletter studies remarkable people in history who demonstrated what to do and what not to do. You can subscribe for free at SAFENEWMEDIA.com/newsletter. That's SAFENEWMEDIA.com/newsletter. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour, broadcasting on X, formerly known as Twitter, on the subject, broadcasting on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi. My name is Sean Allen Fenn. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.